Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege, with another day in the life, in the crazy life. That is the digital asset space. What is going on, guys? How are you? Oh, I forgot what's going on here for power. Not a lot of power going. My phone is major fail. What's going on, guys? Wealth Wednesdays, Generational Wealth Series. Probably should change that title to Generational Wealth Strategies. Take out the XRP news. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out that XRP news, XRP Ripple news, and do Wealth Wednesdays. What's going on, Crypto Kamikaze? How are you? Everything good? Hopefully, sound is on. Hopefully, the sound is good. Dustin Dia, what's good? How you doing, my friend? How's the sound, guys? Is the sound okay? I'm gonna change that title of that. I'm gonna have to change that. D Mac, good evening, brother. How are you? What's going on, D Mac? I'm gonna change that title. I think I'm gonna just do Wealth Wednesday, Wealth Wednesdays, Generational Wealth Strategies. That's what I'm gonna do. Thunder is in the building. What's going on, Thunder? D Mac says, I don't want to hear one word about the Eagles. LOL. Hey, yo, my son's an Eagles fan. So yeah, I did not get a single call from him. He always calls me, especially when your boys beat up on my New York Football Giants. He always calls. He didn't call, but I didn't call him either, man. I didn't call him either. So it's all good. It's all good. Sounds good. All right, excellent. Thunder says, hi, family. What is going on? Well, Wednesdays, gonna knock this out, man. We're gonna share some stuff with you guys. You know, this is about, Wealth Wednesdays is about, we all know we're blessed to be in this space. We're early adopters. Guys, if you haven't had a chance yet to smash the like on the way in, please just collapse that chat real quick. Go smash the likes and then come back in. All right, so we're early adopters. We're in this digital asset space, this new asset class, and we're in the game early. As I always like to say, we're playing a game that the masses don't even know is being played. We're playing a game that the masses don't even know is being played, and we're playing it well, especially if we are XRP hodlers. So if you haven't had a chance yet to smash the like button, please come back and hang out if you're enjoying the content. And the thing that got me, to sparked me to do the Wealth Wednesday was my fear ultimately that when Moon, that a vast majority of us would not be prepared. A vast majority of the XRP hodlers would not be prepared. And I thought, you know what? Let's do Wealth Wednesdays. Let's talk about that and prepare for that. So we did two things the first week in Wealth Wednesday. Number one is we recommended a book. In my humble opinion, again, by the way, I'm not a licensed financial planner or financial advisor. You certainly don't want to take investment advice from me. I'm just journaling my journey in the digital asset space and sharing some things that I know that I would do personally. But you certainly don't want to take financial advice from someone on YouTube. You always want to do your homework and do your own due diligence. But what we did in our first week of Wealth Wednesdays is we recommended a book. Highly recommend the book. Shout out to Sonny Palmer for recommending this book to us, turning us on to this book. It is Strangers in Paradise by Jason Grubman, and it's how families adapt to wealth across generations, right? And so we always got to, we this is a thing that we're planning, right? So we're planning on wealth, and so if we're planning on wealth, we must inspect what we expect, right? So we got to look into things and be prepared. Be prepared. Andy Devine, how's it going, my friend? Good to see you in the stream. Andy, I see, love the content. I get it. Hard to get around a 4-figure XRP. What's your thoughts on it? Well, we'll talk about that for sure. We'll definitely talk about that, Andy, without question. I have no challenge at all getting I'm wrapping my brain around a four-figure XRP because I believe I ultimately I have a good understanding, a good working understanding, if you will, of the value of XRP. I really do. Been in the space since 2016, um, and yeah, I feel like I have a good working knowledge of XRP. Not the best, but enough for me to know that we all know that the value of XRP needs to be high. AZ Cardenas just did my exit strategy. I hear you, my friend. We just went over and revisited ours, as a matter of fact. Good for you, AZ Cardenas. Good to see you in the stream, my friend. Wes Welk, like in Wesley Welker. Sounds good, just weird for me. Anybody else? Sound just got weird for me. Did it? Did the sound go out? I tell you, this laptop sometimes. Yeah, let me know if the sound is kind of crazy, guys. Wes Welk is saying the sound's not good for him. 23 people in the stream, 8 likes, guys. On your way in, if you haven't had a chance to smash the like, please smash the like button, then come back into the chat. It definitely helps with the algorithm on YouTube. Legendary says it's okay for me. Like in a tin can, really? Huh. The sound is just something else, I tell you. It is always kind of doing its own thing. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me check something. Change it to this one, see what happens. So you can hear. This is the speaker system, though. I don't think that would matter. Sounds like it sounds a little off, huh? All right, let's see if this changes a little bit. Yeah, and it's like I have like zero control over it. Hopefully this works. Sound improved, says Andy Devine. It's very, very tricky there. You know, all I do is hit the microphone button, turn it off, turn it back on. Is that better for you guys? Is that better for everyone? Hopefully that's good for everyone. That it's better. Okay, interesting. XRP my pants. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Yeah, it's just very, very touching. This is a new laptop, but it's a Lenovo, and you know, it's a smaller one. Gary Brennan is in the building. Jerry Brennan, how you doing, my friend? Why exit strategy at 20 cents range? It's a 3 to 5 year investment, in my opinion. Yeah, and that's why I always say, Jerry, I don't know if you've noticed it or not, but on the stream, I say, don't tell me about your exit strategy. Tell me about your wealth plan. I want to know about your wealth strategy, right? I want to know about your wealth strategy. Exit strategies are cool. I get it. You got to put something down on paper. Certainly when a thing hits, you want to be prepared. You know, when the thing gets to $5, right? You know, one of the good things about having an exit strategy is you get down in paper. You know, $5 cash out a certain percentage, $10 cash out a certain percentage, $20 cash out a certain percentage, right? That's good generation plan. Absolutely, that's right. That's exactly right. We're talking about generational wealth, Jerry, right? And so the good thing about that is you have it on paper, and like me and Ms. Crypto Seeds, we got it down on paper. You know, we sign it, and that's kind of we're doing that, right? We're doing that, and so we may revisit it, like we revisited it today, and you know, but when we revisit it, we didn't change anything. The only thing that we changed is we have a higher limit for another digital asset in our portfolio. So we raised that limit in terms of how much we're going to accumulate. But you know, it's good to have it down on paper. It really, really helps during that bull run, and you see a thing at a certain price. And what can happen a lot of times is you can tend to just ride up the price because you never had an exit point. So you ride it up, and then it starts to go down, and you say, well, it'll recover, it'll recover, it'll recover, it'll recover, it'll recover, and then it goes all the way down. I did that, I think 4 times. 1 out of 4 times I cashed in. I had 4 cash in opportunities, 4, and I only cashed out on 1. back in 2017. So that was a good lesson for me. Got into the crypto space in 2016, but it was late 2016. It was like October or November. And so, yeah, that was a big lesson for me. Big time lesson. 416 crypto. What's going on, my friend? How are you? Dustin D. I was like, I'm not selling to the fat lady sings. Hey, Siege. Lurker speaketh via keyboard. What is that, Danny Kephart? Lurker speaketh via keyboard. What is that? I hope you're turning me on to some new equipment that I can use. At Dustin Dio. Yeah, exactly. Well, a lot of people, Danny, are going to be in that position where they never really want to sell. I just think, and even with not wanting to ever sell or not having to ever sell, like, what's your strategy? Where are you going to keep your assets? What platform are you going to keep your digital assets? You're certainly not going to want to keep them on Coinbase or Binance, right? You want to put them on some platforms where you can earn some money on your money, right? Well, which platforms are they, and how familiar are you with those platforms, right? Legendary says he's playing on all house money. I hear that, bro. You were smart, right? You took your cash out, you got your money back in your investments. Now it's all house money. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Good for you, man. Proud of you, bro. Human thing to do. Says sound is good. I'm never cashing out. I'll just spend my drops from my crypto. I'll just spend drops from my crypto via MasterCard and Coinbase card. I hear you, my friend. And so, how are you going to earn money on your money? Human things to do. Have you thought about that? How are you going to earn money on your money? Guys, 41 people on the stream, only 19 likes. Please help a dude out. If you're enjoying the content, just X out of that chat real quick. Go smash the like button and then come back and hang out. We are trying to keep up our streak of continuous streams. We only miss one. It's just as many likes as we have viewers. So if you're liking the content here, I appreciate it if you do that. Smash the like and then come back and hang out. More importantly, what that does is it helps with the algorithm on YouTube. It gets this channel out to more people that hopefully the more average Joes and more average Janes can enter into this digital asset space. And who knows, they may even do their own homework and their own due diligence and learn about the greatest digital asset ever created, which is XRP. All right, Staff Sergeant of Marines, what's going on, my dude? How are you? Got that thing, by the way. And Robert sent me that a while back, brother. So I did get that, man. I appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate you doing that for me, bro. Yep. So I did get it, man. Definitely did get it. So what we got going on here, Staff Sergeant of Marines, is like Celsius. I am on the Celsius platform, my dude. How about you, Staff Sergeant of Marines? I'm on the Celsius platform. Definitely, without question, I'm on that thing. Spring, Danny Kephart says Spring is working on something to exchange XRP to any currency similar to a credit card. Yes, they are. I saw that. I saw the to the lifeboats video. Absolutely. And it's either is a Spring or they're doing something with the ILP with the ledger, right? With the interledger. I watched Sam's latest video, and I also watched part one of that interview, Danny, that Sam I Am to the lifeboats did with Jungle Inc. Right? Sam's a smart guy. I mean, listen, he knows his stuff. He's smart. He knows a lot about, especially if he has a good kind of, I want to say IT background. So that really, really helps. I know when he puts a new video, I make sure I'm on, man. I make sure I tune in. Why? Because I'm here to level up my XRP IQ. I'm here to level up my digital asset space IQ, and I'm here to level up my financial asset IQ or my financial space IQ. Right? That's so, so important. So again, guys, what we did in week one is we recommended a book, and that book is Strangers in Paradise. You definitely want to grab it. Who here in the chat has already grabbed their copy of Strangers in Paradise by Jason Grubman? And here's my personal disclaimer. If you haven't got that book, you don't know what you don't know. If you have, I don't get any. I don't have an affiliate link. I don't get in. A guy who hangs out on the channel, contributes to the channel, Sonny Palmer, recommender. I'm telling you, it's a godsend. Absolute godsend. Never really thought about it. After I read some of the information in that book, I remember thinking, like, I never really thought about it. Absolutely. If you are planning on generational wealth, in my humble opinion, that book is a must-have. A must-have. So we recommended that book, and we talked about begin in everything that we do. We begin with the end in mind. And so the first Wednesday we talked about estate planning and seven things for that kind of beginner foundational steps to take for estate planning. So if you haven't watched that, you definitely need to check it out. It's Wealth Wednesdays is the title. Check out that video in the playlist, or check out that video in the videos on the channel, my friend. All right, Danny Kephart. Oh, you said that all right. Cloud Solution. D. Daniels is in the building. What's up, bro? How you doing, my friend? Tony Bomboni is in the building. What's going on, bro? What? Oh, good for you, Tony. Tony says I'm earning while I sleep. I stake Zenon, Zenon, and make $60 to $100 a day. That's pretty good. $60 to $100 a day is pretty good. Is that money like in BTC money? Like you can cash that into Bitcoin? D. Daniel, what's up? What's up? Trey Lane is in the building. Do you really need a ledger? I would recommend, let's put it this way. I have several ledger nanos. Trey Lane, I have several of them. Babel Naji, Coinfield doing the same, but not allowed in the U.S. Correct. I just got a notification from Coinfield as well, and I thought it said something about being able to do something now in the good old US of A. I have to read that again. Legendary taxes are going to be a nightmare, and first couple of years probably legendary, but I think they're going to kind of get it. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up doing a flat rate tax, man. Flat rate tax, and maybe something on every transaction, point something percent, 0.0 something percent. If you get it on that ledger, it won't be a challenge at all. I know that. If you get it on that XRPL, won't be much of a challenge there because they'll know. Maybe they take it out right then and there, which would be amazing. Staff Sergeant Marines is saying, if you're enjoying Wealth Wednesday, tap the likes. The likes button will appreciate you. Absolutely, bro. I appreciate that. 416 Crypto, what's good, dude? TJ Jackson is in the building. How did I miss that? What's going on, TJ? Demir DD, what's going on? We all going to be millionaires with a question mark? Well, it all depends, my friend. It all depends on how long you've been in the digital asset space and what your portfolio is looking like. Who did I miss coming in? Anybody else? Fleet XRP, FLE XRP V3. Yo, what have I missed? Nothing, my friend. Just talking a little bit about how we all came about Wealth Wednesdays. We talked a little bit about XRP V3. Talked a little bit about what that first week was like. That first stream on Wealth Wednesdays was on estate planning and was about recommending that book. So let me ask that question again because I went on to rambling. How many people in the stream already picked up their copy of or ordered the book Strangers in Paradise? Wen Mullet is in the building. What's going on, Wen Mullet? Welcome to the stream, bro. Aries Apollo is in the building. How are you? Saw a tweet over 86 BTC sent over the XRPL. What in the world? LN is inferior. I don't know. Oh, Lightning Network is inferior. It certainly is. 86,000 Bitcoin have been sent over the XRPL. Oh, Wen Mullet, there you are right there at Crypto Seeds, no notification. What's up? I don't know, bro. I recommend going and kind of unringing the bell, if you will, and then go re-ring the bell again, my friend. Guys, 62 people in the stream, 39 likes. If you haven't had a chance to smash the like button on the way in, just X out of that chat real quick. Go smash the like if you're enjoying the content, and then come back and hang out. XRP Rocket Man, good evening. What's going on, XRP Rocket Man? So, guys, we're going to talk about insurance today. We're going to talk about some insurance. Listen, this is generational wealth, right? So this is Wealth Wednesday. So we're not going to be talking about term insurance. Right? I'm going to tell you a very interesting statistic about the old term insurance. So we're not going to be talking about that. We're going to talk about wealth acquiring, wealth building insurance. That's the kind of insurance we're going to be talking about. Just in case you didn't know, and I'm going to turn you on to how the wealthy uses insurance and have been using it for years. Oh, really? Human thing to do says, I think if you spend your XRP via crypto cards, it's tax free. If you cash out, then you will have to pay capital gains. Interesting question. There's a crypto tax guy. I think he calls himself. It's on Telegram. I think he might call himself crypto tax guy or crypto tax something. Who might be able to answer that? They have a Telegram chat. I believe you can join it, and you can ask that question. That's a great question. I do not know. Anyone know about that? I'm not certain. Wow. I just got my I just did my thing. Staff Sergeant Marines, I'm being charged $3,000 to get my 2017, 2018, and 2019 taxes done. Does anyone know a good crypto tax lawyer? Yeah, are you part of Investment Perspectives Telegram chat of Staff Sergeant and Marines? $3,000, yeah, they're taking advantage, my friend. That seems really, really steep. But I don't know. Do you want a tax lawyer, or do you want someone who can do the taxes and are familiar with how to do the taxes? And by the way, I know that TurboTax is APIing all the major exchanges like Coinbase. So if you've used Coinbase, and I believe even Binance, and there's a couple of softwares where you can import it and then use it in the TurboTax as well. I've always used TurboTax, and I've never done it with the crypto, obviously, because I didn't know the crypto laws, in terms of paying and not paying, cashing out, buying, holding, whatever. So even if I have to go back to 2017 and kind of revisit it this year, I don't know. So you're saying just for those three taxes, each of those tax years, that's a tough one. I'm very, very comfortable Staff Sergeant Marines with TurboTax, and right as soon as you kind of get on it, they ask you if you've done crypto. And so they're prepared. They got built-in software that can tap into like a Coinbase, whatever, and pull your stuff, import it for you. On Coinbase, it has something there, and it has TurboTax in there saying that TurboTax can import it. So if you use pretty much the Binances of the world and the Coinbases, the crypto part of it, I don't think it's going to be very difficult because, again, they're importing from those exchanges. So it's not a whole lot of inputting that you're going to have to do. I don't think. I really don't. Now, there is, again, Investment Perspectives. There is the crypto tax. That's it right there. Crypto tax attorney, Clinton Donnelly. Yep. There you go. Clinton Donnelly. And they have thanks 416 Crypto. They have oh, he's the one who's charging me so much. Right, exactly. And he said it too, Staff Sergeant Marines. He said that he was up there, but he also recommended, he recommended a couple of places to just kind of do it yourself. Because I don't think the crypto part of it is going to be any challenge. And I've always done TurboTax. I've always done the business one. So I do a bunch of itemized deductions, right? So small business owner. And it always, to me, has always walked you through. So, a couple $100 is certainly not 3,000, right? And so, depending on what you file, is going to be, what are you are you filing head of household? Are you filing married, joint? Do you have itemized deductions? TurboTax, I've always felt to be very user friendly and simple to use. And I feel as though the crypto part of that's going to be, I think it's going to be, they're going to walk you through it. And again, I think the biggest challenge with the crypto is, having the accuracy in what you bought and when you bought it, right? But now all these softwares are coming up with, you just import it. It's very import. You can just import it. It's going to API into a Binance or whatever kind of exchange, and it's pretty simple to do. Even if it's not, you can always go to transaction history from there, probably download it. And once it's downloaded from your computer, then you can use that site. Like I think it's cryptotax.com or something like that, and do it that way. Here's Scott Tyler says, I used TurboTax last year for crypto and it was fine, but I didn't really trade much last year. And I think most people are like that, Scott. That trading back and forth, day trading. I don't think most people do that. So I think you'll be fine. Scott Tyner says, I imported my Coinbase sheet. There you go. And I think it pretty much just walk you through, to be honest. Really, really does. But if you're part of it, if you know his thing, if you know CryptoTax's thing, he recommends one or two different softwares that you can use. Dustin Dio is like, I just buy and hold, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I hear you. So, I'm going to do it this year. And if I have to do it from 2017 to 2018, 2019, in terms of an amended return to add the crypto, then, that's what I'll do. It won't be a big deal at all. Yeah, Paul Bow was like $3,000. That's a ripoff. Tax on crypto is the same as any investment. If you trade, you get heavy tax. If you have gains or if you sell after 1 year, you pay a lot less. Yeah, so that's kind of what it is. I'm going to probably owe on one because I did cash out and I didn't hold it. It was, I don't think I held it for a year. It was close to a year, but I don't think I held it for a year. In Florida, there is no income tax. What does that mean? I don't know, Stephen B. Yeah, bro, you're welcome, Staff Sergeant Marines. Crypto Man is in the building. What's going on? You still have to input all your buy, sells, profits, and transfers manually on Coinbase. What? You still have to input all your buy, sell, profits? I imported. Are you sure about that? Because I just looked at one of mine from 2017. It was all in there, as far as I could tell. I don't know. I just exited that out, as a matter of fact. Scott said he used it and it was fine. So I think if they imported from like a Coinbase or Binance, I think you're going to be fine. Yeah, I think Puerto Rico doesn't pay any taxes. That's correct. All right, guys. So tell me what's going on. What do you guys know? Let's talk a little bit about, first of all, definitely, I would definitely recommend and start looking into building your team, right? Looking in, interviewing, vetting, if you will, wealth advisors, financial wealth advisors, wealth management advisors, right? Because, right, in everything that we do today, it's with beginning with the end in mind, right? So we're planning on having this wealth, generational wealth, in fact. And so you definitely want to speak with a wealth management advisor or wealth advisor, right? You definitely want to start vetting your CPAs and your tax attorneys without question. You definitely want to start doing that. Definitely want to start doing that, right? Another thing to consider, I would definitely recommend you consider doing, is figuring out what, if any, of your when moon are you going to put in the traditional space. Like, for example, is it going to be 70% you're going to keep on platform? You're going to keep in the digital asset space, and 30% you're going to put
in some traditional instruments like an insurance thing that I'm going to tell you about, or are you going to do a self-directed IRA? Maybe you're going to do that, and you can do that with your cryptos. So you're going to want to figure that out as well. So you want to figure out your team, and again, I would not hesitate. I got a name and number from someone, a big time person in California, and I'm going to look to as well. I used someone that Tony Robbins recommended, and that was a really good working relationship. So I may go back to him again, just kind of on a real small, couple hundred type tip, something real small, just like really, just to have some there. But I plan on doing a good portion of mine, keeping within the digital asset space, whether it be on a Celsius platform, whether it be something that Kava does with collateral debt positions, right? Certainly going to promote. What's that? Not promote. Support. Certainly going to support that platform. So again, this is not financial advice, guys. I'm not a financial planner. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I'm just sharing with you some of the things that I'm going to do. You certainly want to do your own homework and do your own research when you look into these different things. So what's up with the insurance, guys? How many know that there's insurances out there there's a specific insurance out there that major conglomerates use for wealth building? They don't use them as life insurances, but they use them as wealth building. Anybody familiar with what that insurance might be? Danny Kephardt's like, buy some land. There you go. Wes Welk is saying no evidence to support what? No, what did I miss? Why do you think there is major wealth coming soon? Why do I think there's major wealth coming soon? Because we're in the digital asset space and we're early to the game. And if you have a portfolio like I do, there's no question that wealth is imminent. Even if it's 5 to 10 years away, it's still imminent. This is the new asset class. We are early. Right now, if you hold digital assets, in my humble opinion, it is like owning the oil fields before they discovered oil. This is a new asset class, right? This is here to stay, just like Clayton from the SEC said. This is here to stay. Central banks, governments, the ECB, the IMF, all know it. And so if you have a portfolio in the digital asset space and you've taken the time to do your own homework and do your own due diligence, and you understand that Wall Street is coming, and you understand that the hedge funds and major VC firms are already in the digital asset space. If you've done your homework and looked into companies like Grayscale Investments, if you've gone to fidelitydigitalassets.com and checked out their site and see the assets that they're holding, you know that you're early in the game. You're an early adopter in this new asset class. It's like owning the oil fields if you have a portfolio of digital assets before the oil was discovered. It's like knowing about gold before the masses knew about gold. That's where we are. This is a new asset class. And I believe that this asset class is going to swallow up all of the other asset classes. I believe that like 10,000%. Exactly. And Dustin Dio, that's a great point. That's what I say. Just buy and hold. Then things blow up, never sell. It just takes loans out on it and invest the loan money. Yeah, you can do that as well. Absolutely. What we're in a position to do, guys, just to let you know, we're in a position to navigate like the wealthy has been able to navigate for decades. We're in that same position with platforms like Celsius. If you like the MakerDAO, cool. If you like Salt, cool. Me personally, I'd rather put my digital assets on Celsius, and when Kava is available for retail people, I will put my money on Kava. I will support any kind of platforms that come from Ripple and or Spring. And but what that's the position that we're in. We're in a position where we can navigate like the ultra wealthy. So that's my answer to you, Wes Welk. We are early adopters in this new digital asset class. And it's like owning the oil fields before they discovered oil. Yeah. TJ Jackson's like, I'm from a small city. Population is roughly 35,000. With a few million, I could do very big things here. Exactly. Exactly. And make no mistake about it, guys. Make no mistake about it. The 2017 bull run produced umpteenth amount of millionaires. I promise you that. Do you know that VeChain was an all-time high of $9 and change? VeChain, $9 and change. Just think about that. Oh, I got you, Wes. Well, no. No, bro, I'm talking long term, brother. All right, he says agree, but previous comments about getting wealth advised, it made it seem like you were saying a major rise was coming this year. No. I just said, one of the kind of the mantras or the mottos for this channel is, in everything that you do, Wes, you begin with the end in mind. You begin with the end in mind. Right. And so now is the time to start looking into a wealth advisor. It's not when you get the wealth, you look into one, right? You want to look into one now. You want to vet 2, 3, 4 now. You want to see how they interact with you on the phone or in person. You want to see if they're providing a service without even knowing what you hold in your platform, in your portfolio yet, right? You want to begin to vet them. You want to ask them some questions, right? Right. So you want to now. So you want to begin with the end in mind, my friend. That's what I would recommend, by the way. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm sorry if it came off that way, but that's what I would definitely recommend that you do. Kind of get into that wealth consciousness. And so, did anybody answer the question? I'm going to ask it one last time. Who here has already got their book or ordered? I know TJ Jackson ordered his. Well, what is that? Strangers in Paradise by Jason Grubman. Anybody yet? I would love to hear what you guys say about that. Anybody yet? Anybody ordered there or has theirs already? Well, I tell you what, for me, Staff Sergeant in the Marines, I said earlier on the stream, me and Ms. Crypto Siege, we revisited our exit strategy, our exit plan, and we decided, looked at the portfolio and decided to change our goal for VeChain. So we upped the goal for VeChain. We upped the goal for VeChain. Stephen B says, sounds awesome. Let your crypto work for you without question. That is definitely a serious deal. So anybody get that book yet? TJ Jackson's mine scheduled for delivery Friday. Who's ordering theirs tonight? Spanish Fly says she's ordering hers tonight. Awesome. Love it. When Mullet says 2 chapters in, very good, right? It's an eye opener, right? When Mullet says got the book. Ron Early says not yet. Cool. Can't wait for you to get that, brother. Anybody else? What is the book called? The Model King. The book is called Strangers in Paradise. Strangers in Paradise by Jason Grubman. Subtitle is How Families Adapt to Wealth Across Generations. Hey, Wes Welk, man, I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate you being here. Please don't take that the wrong way. I appreciate you being here. That's a good question, bro. You bought a what kind of book instead? 1-1. I bought a Bukowski book instead. What is a Bukowski book? 1-1. Alex G is in the building. What's going on, Alex G? Alex G, did you get that book, man? Strangers in Paradise, you picked that up yet, bro? I heard somebody say something about whole life insurance. Who was that? That's pretty close. Spanish. Was it Spanish Fly? Spanish Fly is like, oh, Spanish Fly is in the building. What's good, miss? Whole life insurance policies, I believe they use to accumulate interest at a higher rate. Yeah, so we're going to talk about them, right? So there's the mutual life insurance company, Mutual, right? Those are the companies, Mutual Life, and they got two different kind of names: Universal Life and Cash Value Life insurance policies, and those are the ones we're going to talk about. And I'm certainly going to recommend another book for you so that you can kind of put it on the shelf when you're ready. When you're done reading Strangers in Paradise, you can read that one. Charles Bukowski. I'm not familiar with Charles Bukowski. Tell me something about him, 1-1. Yeah, everybody's here. The superstar staff is in the building tonight, Alex. You're right. Oh, you're welcome, the Moto King. You're welcome, the Moto King. Guys, you're killing it. 84 people on the stream, 56 likes. Guys, if you haven't had a chance to smash the like on the way in, oh, kind of out there. Okay. You haven't had a chance to smash the like on the way in, just X out the chat real quick. Go smash the like if you're enjoying the content, and then come back and hang out. $29 for the book on Amazon. Is that a good price? I don't know what I paid for this. I can check my phone. I honestly don't know what I paid for this. This says 35 bucks. Personal finance and psychology. This says 35, so maybe that's right. Maybe 29 on Amazon is the right price. But I can check my phone. Amazon, my phone, I'm having some serious charging issues with my phone. I got to get a new battery or figure out something with the background on the apps. So let me turn you on to couple of things that you might not know, guys. Some crazy stuff. So in reference, listen, and one of the things most people, when you talk about insurance, no worries, Alex E, how you doing, bro? Good to see you on the stream. I got a used one for, you got a used one for $42.95. Okay. When mother said he got one, to use one for $42.95. So did you guys know any, term insurance, right? Generally when you're speaking with some people about insurance, they want to tell you to get the term because it's cheaper premiums and stuff like that, right? $5, $10, $15, $20 a month, that type of deal like that, right? And so we're not talking about life insurance. We're talking about wealth accumulation. So we're talking about using life insurance policies for wealth accumulation. But let me tell you a very interesting fact about term insurance, in case you guys didn't know. Oh, and I'm going to ask, you know what? I'm going to even do better than that. I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think is the percentage of term life insurance contracts that pay out when they conclude? So the term life insurance concludes and they pay out. What do you think the percentage is? All right, guys, come on, let's see. What do you guys think that percentage is? Term insurance contracts conclude with the payout. What is that percentage? In other words, they pay you out. Staff Sergeant Marine's like 0. The Model King says 5%, 110. Any other guesses? When Mullet, 18%. What do you think the payout is, guys? Yeah, but G, that's what I paid up. I think I paid about $29 on Amazon. Oh, when Mullet, you got a used one for $2.95. Smart. What was the condition of that used book, When Mullet? I'm very, very curious. Flea XRPV, how do I get in on Celsius Network? You have to go to Celsius Network. I think it's .com. It might be .io. And then you have to download the Celsius app. 100%. Babal Najee said it's 100%. Dark Matter Trading Group. What's going on, Dark Matter? How you doing, man? I appreciate you being here, man. You said you was going to show and you posted. I have much respect for that, bro. Much respect for you. Well, the answer is, I hear you, Wimmo. $2.95. Man, I hear you, bro. It's Wealth Wednesdays. You're gonna kill these Wealth Wednesdays. I'm gonna have you call in because I can already tell. That you're a smart dude. Joel Ben Israel, 25%. Dark Matter says I'm doing good. It was good to hear that, bro. I appreciate you showing up, man. Appreciate you being a man of your word and posting. Why not buy term and invest the difference? That's always an interesting thing, right? And here's the reason why. That's a very, very common insurance or financial planner, not a fiduciary, but a financial planner type thing response. Only 3% of term insurance contracts conclude with a payout. What that means for the insurance company, what that means is that the insurance company wins 97% of the time. They win that bet 97% of the time. 97%. Crazy. With the permanent life insurance, let me give you some definitions now. Siege, I was close. Where's Staff Sergeant? Were you the closest one? I think you were the closest one. Spanish Fly was like 0%. Yeah, both of y'all are right. Staff Sergeant and Spanish Fly 0%. I thought I saw somebody say like 10% or something. Yeah, Jamil Jackson said 10%. Yep, 3%. So the 0% ones were close. Yep. When Muller says yes, but by the time the policy lapses, you don't need the money. What do you mean? Well, yeah, but here's the challenge with that. I mean, investing in what? Investing in what? So here's a little here. Let me turn you on. Well, let me tell you what these two different insurances are first, and then I'm going to turn you on to what the wealthy do. Miss Crypto Seas is in there doing some Max Insanity 30. She's in there doing some Max Insanity 30, making me look bad. Yeah, but there's some other major advantages, my friend. When Mullet, and I'm gonna turn you on to those. Some other major advantages, and only 6 to 8%. That's so I'm gonna turn you on to some other major advantages. But let me show you the differences in the two, or not in the two. Let me tell you some of the different terms they call. It's the same insurance, but they call them different things. One is cash value life insurance. So cash value life insurance is a form of permanent life insurance that features a cash value savings component. The policyholder can use the cash value for many purposes, such as a source of loans, as a source of cash, or to pay policy premiums. And let me go back here real quick. And I just want you to understand that this is not like for life insurance. This is a life insurance for wealth building, right? Wealth building. Yeah, exactly. Right. And so, and in the term life, in terms of beneficiaries and that different kind of thing like that, yeah, I don't know how that works so much in terms of the beneficiary, right? But we're talking about something that allows you to accumulate wealth, and I'm going to show you the different options and things that you can do with it. Robert Westberg, I've been crushing the podcast you sent me. Thanks. Robert Westberg checked in. Robert, what's good? Hey, Crypto Seas, what's the good word? How you doing, brother? Good to see you in the stream, man. So let's go over that. How cash value life insurance works. Cash value life insurance is a form of permanent life insurance that features a cash value savings component. The policyholder can use the cash value for many purposes, such as a source of loans, as a source of cash, or to pay your policy premiums. Interesting thing. How cash value life insurance works. Cash value insurance is a permanent life insurance because it provides a coverage for the policy holder's life. Traditionally, cash value life insurance has higher premiums than term insurance because of the cash value element. Most cash value life insurance policies require a fixed level premium payment, which I believe you can do it monthly and there's no minimums, of which a portion is allocated to the cost of insurance and the remaining deposited into a cash value account. And I'm going to turn you on to something that a lot of people don't know about that remaining. Okay, the cash value of life insurance earns a moderate rate of interest with taxes deferred on the accumulated earnings, tax deferred, when mullet. Thus, the cash value of life insurance will increase over time. Some of the key takeaways: cash value life insurance is more expensive than term. Unlike term life insurance, cash value insurance policies do not expire after a specific number of years. It is possible to borrow against a cash value life insurance policy. Whole life, variable life, and universal life insurance are examples of cash life insurance. As the cash value increases, the insurance company risk decreases as the accumulated cash value offsets part of the insurer's liability. For example, consider a policy with a $25,000 death benefit. The policy has no outstanding loans or prior cash withdrawals and an accumulated cash value of $5,000. Upon the death of the policyholder, the insurance company pays the full death benefit of $25,000. Money collected into the cash value is now the property of the insurer. Because the cash value is $5,000, the real liability cost to the insurance company is $20,000. Examples of cash value as a living policyholder benefit. The cash value component serves only as a living benefit for policyholders as a living benefit. Any cash value may be drawn upon by the policyholder during their life. There are several options for accessing funds. For most policies, partial surrenders or withdrawals are permissible. And I think and we're going to talk about kind of the difference between a loan and a withdrawal because they are different. And I think the loan has better, it's a little bit better in terms of the overall value versus doing the withdrawals. The life insurance net cash value is what you or your beneficiaries have left over once the insurance company deducts its fees or any expenses incurred during the ownership of the policy. Taxes are deferred. This is really the huge part. Taxes are deferred on earnings until withdrawn from the policy and distributed. Once distributed, earnings are taxable, but you don't have to distribute them. And you can have as many of these policies as you want. That's the other great thing. Once distributed, earnings are taxable at the policyholder's standard tax rate. Some policies allow for unlimited withdrawals, whereas others restrict how many withdrawals. Okay, that's cool. Some policies limit the amounts available for removal, minimum 500. Most cash value life insurance arrangements allow for loans from the cash value. Much like any other loan, the issuer will charge interest on the outstanding principal, right, at significant, crazy rates, great rates. Outstanding loan amount will reduce the death benefit dollar for the dollar in the event of the death of the policyholder before the full repayment of the loan. Some insurers require the repayment of loan interest, and if unpaid, they may deduct the interest from the remaining cash value. Cash value may be also used to pay the policy premiums. If there is sufficient cash value, a policyholder can stop paying premiums out of pocket and listen to this again. If there is sufficient cash value, right, because you're earning interest on these things, a policyholder can stop paying premiums out of pocket and have the cash value account cover the premium payment. As an example. So universal life, that's a term, that's a form of, so it's the same thing. Okay, so that's just an example. Universal life is the one that I've been kind of reading up on the most. So just to kind of give you an example, just to kind of give you an idea, let me change this view here so I can get onto the stream and see what you guys are saying. She is doing her thing over there. Miss Crypto Siege is over there doing her thing. This is Nuts is in the building. What's going on? This is not. Brian Bitton is in the building. What's going on, Brian? How you doing, bro? Crypto Insomniac says, good evening. Good evening to you, Crypto Insomniac. Absolutely, Richard Griffin. But another part of that, be careful in case of death. You only get cash with the death benefit policy. Right, right. And so one of the things I think is kind of interesting to kind of pay out the case of the death. So because there's a 100% chance that the insured will die, permanent life insurance is not a gamble. It's a certainty. You buy $1 million of permanent life insurance, as long as you don't cancel the policy and you make your premium payments, the insurance company is going to pay out $1 million someday. To pay out $1 million when you die, the insurance company must accumulate at least $1 million while you're living in order to make the payout and not go out of business, right? And so the idea behind that is it's wealth creation, because you obviously you're going to be adding to that policy, right? You're going to be taking money, adding that policy, taking money, adding to that policy, right? Who knows where you want to start, what your premium might be. You might do 20 a year, you might do 40 a year, you might do 100 grand a year, right? Whatever whatever one you think you'll want to do, right? But you're right about that. Who said that? Very smart dude. Richard Griffin. I appreciate you contributing to the stream, man. Appreciate you being here, right? And so, yes, right. And so it's an investment. It's an investment tool. And let me show you some of the people. Turn you on to some of the people who have been doing it. Make sure I catch up on it. Appreciate that comment, Richard Griffin. Yeah, I was one of those VeChain Thor. That's before they did the who said that? Cookie Month. That was before they did that swap. They did that change, that Veto thing. That was before that. So before they did that thing, it went to $9.94. That was the $9 and change. That was his all-time high. So hold on one second. Are you familiar when they did that 1-to-1, when they kind of did that 1-to-1 fork for the Veto? Are you familiar with that, Cookie Month? Do you remember when they did that? That's right. It's actually, yep, 3 to 4% payout. That's correct, Jay Fretless. Good to see you, man. Look at that, TJ Jackson. We did it. 74 likes, 72 people in the stream. Killing it. You guys are killing it. Jackie33 is in the building. Hey, Jackie, how are you? The Crypto Caveman said 5%. That was very, very close. I think it's 3, 4, 5%. This book says 3%. So, Cookie Month, were you familiar with when they changed that over? What happened here? What happened? Something happened to somebody's Ledger Nano? Did I miss that? Staff Sergeant Reese, no worries, brother. Have a good night, man. Hey, I'm doing a live stream. What's up?
Faith's mom gonna come.
Yeah. You don't forget your contacts.
I know I did.
Okay. And don't lose them.
They're gonna be in my car.
You got them in now?
No.
I know. That's what I'm talking about now. Don't lose them. You're taking them with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yep. Well, before they rebranded. Yep. Before they rebranded Spanish Fly. Exactly. So why do you guys? Let me read something off to you guys real quick. So I'm going to keep some of the companies that own this type of insurance: General Electric, Procter and Gamble, AT&T, Nestle, Prudential Insurance has one. Heinz, Johnson & Johnson, Lucent Technologies, Pfizer, Gannett Publishing, Newell Rubbermaid, Avon, Comcast, Verizon, United Healthcare, Bell South, Dow Chemical, Panera Bread, Amway, Walt Disney, Crown Holdings, Harley Davidson, Lockheed Martin, International Paper, Norfolk Southern, General Motors, just to name a few. And why do you think that is? Why do you think they do that? And it's one of those very, very kind of tight-knit, close to the chest kind of secret. 1 to 100 is what they did, the swap. Okay, cool. Thank you. The Motor King, I think is the one who said that. Yep, it was the Motor King. Yeah, well, and so the interesting thing is these companies have been around for a long, long time, right? So you certainly can't go with in fact, there aren't really kind of new ones, right? These are ones that kind of been around for a long time. Yeah, right. These are long stay. They've been around for a long, long time, right? And so you don't want to take the challenges with the ones that don't. You want to definitely, you can find out about the quote unquote mutual life insurance companies. You can get their rating. You can find out what kind of rating they have, how long they've been around, what's their payout, what's their history in terms of paying out, not paying out, any kind of lawsuits. You can do your homework on all of that, right? So you can do your homework for sure. Right. But any kind of company can go out of business. Term life insurance companies or permanent life insurance companies, like they all can go out of business, right? Absolutely, they can. Anyone can. Brian Benton says 2 industries that never lose is casinos and insurance companies. That's exactly right, Brian Benton. Stephen B said even people's pensions and securities, and pensions is a real thing. I mean, the pension industry is in trouble. In trouble. Even people's pensions and Social Security can be cut off. Anything can happen. Absolutely. Rasheen B. Wealthy. Siege, what's going on, Rasheen? So that's just some of the things, right? Mutual life insurance companies serve only one master, the policyholder. There are no outside shareholders to split profits with. No Wall Street, no quarterly earnings statements, no conference calls, no inside trading, no takeovers, no message board gossips, no stock options. Think of mutual life insurance companies as cooperatives or not-for-profit clubs. A bunch of people have come together and pooled their money to provide life insurance for themselves, essentially, right? It's a wealth building tool. It's not used as life insurance, and I think that's the kind of the main thing that people want to get. You want to kind of wrap your brain around that. It's a tool that you can use. Not that it's the only one that you're relying on, but it is a tool. It says, "This is why would I put my money into an investment that pays only when I die?" That's funny. Rich Crypto Siege asked that the other day. This is a great question, and the answer is very simple. The way permanent life insurance works is that you can use the money you're accumulating at the life insurance company anytime you want. You can do this through something the experts call a policy loan. And the tax write-offs are great as well. And it keeps growing at 5% a year, which is, that's a good, comfortable thing. I mean, it's not 12%, but it's a good, comfortable thing, especially if you can if there are other options involved with it. And you get dividends as well. And you get dividends as well. And you get dividends as well. Right? You get dividends as well. So you get dividends, you get interest. And it's very simple too. Like, like they talk about CDPs and the fact that you can borrow money against your assets, right? You can borrow money against your assets. And the CDBs, so for me, the CDPs are going to be the best option because digital assets are the best option, right? And so one of the questions that I asked early in the stream was, how much of the percentage of your wealth are you going to leave in the traditional space, right? In the traditional space, how much of any are you going to leave in a traditional space? How much are you going to leave with a wealth advisor that you trust? How much are you going to leave with what I want to say, a financial instrument like a cash life insurance program or universal life? How much? 10%, 5%, 20%, no percent, 0%? How much of it are you going to leave in the digital asset space? And in either case, what is that platform? This is just one example. DeFi, Frog in the Well said it before I had a chance to say it. DeFi is going to be massive. And I believe to my heart of hearts and my soul of souls that Kava for me, now again, I'm not telling you guys what to do with your money. I'm not a financial planner. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I'm a guy on YouTube. You certainly want to do your own homework and do your own due diligence, right? Certainly want to do that. But I think first movers advantage for Kava is going to be massive. In other words, those who choose to take advantage of that platform early on, I think, I'm not saying 100% of your digital assets, but I'm just saying, I believe, and I'm going to put an early percentage of my assets on this, small percentage, I should say, not early percentage, a small percentage on that platform, right? Because it's going to be growing pains and it's going to be like anything else. But I believe in first movers advantage. I really do with that platform. I really, really do. And Celsius Network, by the way, only has 62 or 63,000 people on it. You got it done? Good job, baby. It only has like 62, 63,000. That's not a lot. It's just not a lot. Robert Westberg, what's going on, bro? I'm kind of turning them on to this kind of insurance, right? And it's so funny because when you have some knowledge about it, you can say, okay, that's good, but there's something better and there's a best, right? But if you don't know, then you don't know. And I'm starting with the traditional stuff first because a lot of people are more familiar with it. And one of the first questions I asked in the stream, Robert, was how much of your generational wealth do you plan on putting into the traditional wealth space, right? Like even stocks, like how many people are going to plan on putting some of their money in the stock market? Like what percentage do you have that planned out? I know for me, asset haven't had per year, 5, 6, 7%, 5, 6, 7%, whatever that might be. And what percentage would you put into the traditional market, right? What percentage would you put? Do you feel like it's safer? You know, you have to make your own decisions. I'm just kind of turning you on to some things, some possibilities to consider. Some possibilities to consider. Oh my God, the sound went out again? Like nothing happens and this sound will just go out. What's this right here? Battery? Let me charge my battery up. Ooh, I caught that just in time. Sound just went out for no reason. Sound is back now. It's Hispanic. It's good now. Okay, good. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. So that's just an option, guys. And listen, there's a book. One of them you have to subscribe to kind of get, though. So you may not want to do that. But it's the 702i retirement plan. But you got to subscribe to them to get that one. But this one you don't. Money, Wealth, Life Insurance by Jake Thompson. If you want to learn more about it and execute your options, remember this is wealth building strategies, right? Wealth building strategies. So, you know, you may only put 100 grand. You may only put 100 into that type of policy, cash, one of these universal life or cash value life insurance. You may only put 100 grand. And then thereafter, you may only do 10 a year, 10,000 a year. It's another vehicle, right? Because the one thing that's so important, you don't want to have it. I would not have personally all my stuff in just one place, right? Even in the digital asset space, it's going to be different places that I'm going to have it, right? You know, I'm going to have a certain portion just on the card, whether it be the cool wallet ass or a crypto.com card or what's the other card? When Coinbase gets their act together for the states, when regulations come, maybe that one. Right? You're going to have a certain portion of it, of the wealth on like a Celsius and Kava. Obviously, you know, we obviously on one of these Wealth Wednesdays, we'll be talking about real estate, right? So that's just kind of an option because we got to look at insurance. We certainly have to look at life insurance at one point in our lives, right? We're used to the technical difficulties, right? And here I am. I'm just sitting here, and the sound for some reason I'm not clicking on anything. The sound will just go out. It's so crazy. Brandon Schulter. Stocks are going to collapse. 401k is going to get wiped. Wow. That's scary to even think about that. Lance Online is in the building. How you doing, Lance Online? Gary Wending is in the building. Richard Griffin says, mic check, no audio. I know I was so behind on the freaking chat that I didn't even notice that the sound went out, but I'm glad it's back. So guys, that's just an option to think about. Definitely, you know, Google that cash value life insurance, universal life insurance. Begin to learn about it. You might do your own homework and do your own due diligence. Grab that book and be like, nah, I'm stick with real estate. Now remember this, the numbers for term and life insurance are the numbers for term life insurance, right? I didn't make those up. Those are the numbers. And that's brutal. 3-4% payout after the contract concludes. It's brutal. This is what Robert Westberg says. At Crypto Siege, when XRP moons, and if I had kids, I'd get a $5 million whole life for them on a 10 pay. Then let it grow and put it in a trust until they are 30 years old. Think about that. Now, what is a 10 pay? Robert Westberg. Now, and by the way, without getting into too much details, Robert is speaking from what he is speaking from having been there, done that, very intimately familiar with the type of insurance that we talked about tonight. Okay. So what is it? Oh, 10-year annual? Okay. 10 annual payments. Gotcha. 10 annual payments. So Robert Westberg says somebody must have asked that also. What does that 10 pay mean? Oh, Rasheen B. Wealthy said, explain 10 pay. There you go. Yeah, and you can Google buy term and investor difference too. That's exactly right, Windmill. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. And what I would challenge you to do, Windmill, is to find yourself a wealth management advisor, not a financial planner. Not a financial planner. There's a big difference. And also find yourself, maybe call them up, ask some questions, vet them, right? Because we're talking about is your wealth, right? Because you want fiduciaries, right? So they got to at least be a fiduciary. They got to be at least looking out on your behalf, right? So if you want to find those, ask Robert Westberg to tell you, right? Find those and just get their opinion. Get their opinion on in terms of wealth accumulation. Again, we're not talking in terms of life insurance. So we're not talking about life insurance for life insurance purposes. We're talking about this life insurance for wealth building. And just ask them what they say. See what they say. All right. So Robert explained the 10 pay thing. Oh, there's at Rasheen B. Wealthy, a large whole life that is paid in 10 annual payments. Then it is paid off for life and then just compounds interest, right? So that's the wealth strategy, right? And people that are very, very, very familiar with those whole life, who know the difference, who can tell you how to adjust your premium, okay, so that you have more of a loan value to it or cash value versus them taking all the commission for what they're selling you, right? So you got to learn the differences and how they work. And so you have to talk to someone who's very, very familiar with it. Insurance company's going to get paid either way. But when someone's, is kind of taking all the commission and not advising you of your riders, the different kind of UA riders that you can put in, if they don't advise you about how many of those life insurance you can policies you can hold, because you can have more than one. Like a lot of people don't know that. You can have 10 if you want. You can have 20 if you want. You can have more than just one, right? And so I'm here to implore you to dig deeper, to learn more about it, to learn more about the different options. Because I will tell you this, 97 to 98% of the masses don't know the options, not familiar with them. They think they're familiar, but they're not familiar. And 97, if not 99% of financial planners are not going to recommend whole life. And here's the thing, financial planners have quotas. Their departments have quotas. Their supervisors have quotas, and their supervisors have quotas. They're not necessarily looking out for your better half. So you have to at least begin with a fiduciary, right? Someone who's kind of obligated almost by contract to be looking out for your better half. You have to at least begin with them. And you can ask them if they are fiduciaries. And I think the other one might be RIAs as well. So I would challenge you to do that one, Mullet, bro. It's all good here, but I would definitely challenge you to look into that. Find a wealth advisor, right? And ask some great questions. XRP Harlan says, I'm investing in crypto tech. How about that? Maybe like in a company like Ripple, or maybe in someone like SBI Holdings, maybe, or maybe even, maybe even a MoneyGram. I don't know if that's crypto tech, but they sure are using some crypto tech software. Maybe that, right? Robert Westberg says, are you talking to Jerry Jones, right? Jerry Jones, owner of the Cowboys, used whole life to build his billions, borrow against them for other businesses. Yep, think about that. I'm an oh, you're an A.L. Williams disciple. I got it, bro. I got it. I'm a big fan, was a big fan of AL when he was around, right? I totally got that market, totally got what he was trying to do. Went up against the big boys and won, right? All you can do is all you could do, right? Turned that into something that's ginormous. Today, I'm very, very familiar with the guy who took that over and just did amazing, absolutely amazing things with that company. In fact, he wrote a book not too long ago on leadership. Not A.L. Williams, obviously, but the guy who took it over. What's his name right now? Good guy, funny guy, great speaker. He just recently wrote a book on leadership. We got it because he's really good tight with my business partner. So we got the book. But John Addison. Yeah, very, very familiar, bro. But I would definitely advise you to do that. And I think Robert Westberg, he would advise you to do that as well, right? Right. Look into some wealth advisors. You can Google wealth management advisors near me and vet them, bro, because it's your money. It's your wealth. It's your wealth, and you want to learn more about it. Rasheen B. Wealthy says, like James Grudman, Siege. Yep, exactly, Rasheen. Think about that option there, right? He learned about it, figured out, and a lot of, and I just read off about 30 companies that do the same thing. Major companies that do the same thing. I mean, the early ones that did it was J.C. Penney did it way back in the day, right? Because they were about to go out, they did it and turned it around, right? Read off some major companies that did that exact thing. I mean, some majors, and each of them had. Let me see something here. It says Walt Disney. Think about this. Walt Disney is a man who has influenced the vast majority of people across the globe. Everybody knows Walt Disney, from animated pictures to theme parks and attractions. Most of us have enjoyed the work he did in his life. Absolutely. But what most people don't know is that without his cash value life insurance policies, with the plural, because you can have more than one, much of what he built would not exist today. Much of what he built would not exist today. McDonald's, same thing. Walt Disney, same thing. J.C. Penney, same thing. Stanford University, same thing, and millions more. It's a leverage that the masses don't know about. But we're about to change that. Just with just a little bit of information, we're about to change it. You know, we're about to change that. Robert, I appreciate that, man. Borrowing against them for other businesses and billions. Think about that. Don't know why we're promoting them. Who's promoting what? Oh, you talking about when mother? You said don't know why we're promoting what, bro? Oh, you talking about those policies as whole? That is a wealth, whole life, universal life, cash life insurance programs are a wealth building strategy, not used for life insurance. It's a wealth building strategy, and of course, it's an option. It's merely an option. But if you dig deep into it, you'll find that some of the most successful people use them as a leverage. Doesn't mean that they don't have term life insurance. That doesn't mean that at all. It just means that they know that this is a financial instrument that they can use. Brian Benton is like, shoot, the closer we get to moon, the more I got to learn, without question. Yeah, Brandon, I know, man. I know. I bought Ethereum and Chainlink this week. Also, nobody is talking about them, but Microsoft got that $10 billion contract for their Azure platform. I know Azure is heavily focused on Ethereum and DeFi apps. I know. I'm just trying to think what is going to be the next Ethereum. Is it going to be Tezos? What's going to be that next Ethereum? Is it going to be Chainlink? Yep. Well, Windmill says insurance companies, they get wealthy, not us. Yep. And so we got to know the game that they're playing, though. And that's what this is about, bro. That's just about knowing the game that the wealthy play. And this is quite frankly, this is one of the games that the wealthy play. They leverage this type of insurance. Brian Benton is like, ETH and Link are great cryptos. Yeah, I hear you, man. Hey, we all know Ethereum at one time was what it was, $1,400. You can't argue that. Oh, let me show you this VeChain thing, just so you know. When it was VEN, they did get up to that $9 and change. So it says here, VeChain's all-time high. Current market cap is 339 million. Volume 20. I guess that volume is 76 million. Market cap, volume 22.6%. All-time high, $9.44. But that was before they did do that, as someone said, 1-to-100 swap. Absolutely. Yep. So the thing now here is trading for half a cent. 0.005%. So obviously, I don't know if anyone's expecting it to get to a $9.44 again. I don't know if anyone's expecting that, because it's a little bit different model when they did that 1-to-100. But what is it going to do? What is it going to do? That's the question. I'm very curious to find out what they're going to do. Very curious. Motor King is like, I hope it gets to $1. Me too. I really do. Where the hell is Codius, says Morris Prince C7. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with Codius. Seems like they put that on the back burner. But I know about that XRPL. I know about that ledger. And that ILP that they happened to give to the W3C. Crypto man is like Cardano. Brandon Schuler says XRP, Ethereum, and Chainlink are the only three I'm in. I follow the money. I hear you, man. Can't argue with Chainlink. And Ethereum has got like so many freaking partners or whatever. It's like they're almost not allowed to fail, but they can be supplanted. And that it might be a Tezos that supplants them. You never know. I mean, I don't know. And I'm just thinking, Ethereum is $100+ right now, right? $138. So there it is, guys. Good night, Crypto Caveman. Appreciate you being here. Okay, so let me see. You guys are having a conversation amongst yourself. Let me see if I can get caught up. Yeah. Let me see here. She's single. It's a joke. I got you. He says, true, but if she has XRP and when it moons, she can up it and turn it into a 10-peg. Yep. Right. It's the strategy, right? And that's kind of the thing. It's just a strategy and how you navigate that strategy. If you want to hold on to your wealth, you have to play their game. You got to know the rules. You have to know the rules of the game. Oh, Spanish Fly. I think you said that there on the stream the other day. I just got in on Link. I don't have any ETH though. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What's up with Cobalt? I think they put that to the curb. I think they took that off the shelf, period. Jamil Jackson's like Cosmos. Yeah, ETH 2.0 does sound pretty interesting. We'll see if they get there. I think they're supposed to be doing some further things later on. And I just got a little Tezos. Spanish Fly is not messing around. Just got a little Tezos also. I hear you, Spanish Fly. Yeah, I got that book too, by the way. XRP Hall. I have that book. I have his LLC. I've had another one of his books as well. XRP Holland says Garrett Sutton.esq. Forward by Robert Kiyosaki. Start your own corporation. Why the rich own their own companies and everyone else works for them. It's a new book. How new is that? I'm wondering. I got tons of Kiyosaki's books. Oh, so you're saying this is a forward by Garrett Sutton? Yeah, he does a lot of forwards for him. I have his LLC. I have Garrett's LLC book. That's a new one, huh? Start your own corporation. Why the rich own their own companies. Yeah, exactly. I have to check that out. It's a new book, huh? XRP Holland. Brian Sheldon says, which would make Ethereum like gold? Oh, I got you. You saying you think the CBDCs are going to be on the Ethereum platform. I hear that. That's an interesting take. You do, huh? Okay. I got you. That's interesting. Well, Muller's like Spanish Fly, me too. I got a little bit of everything and a lot of XRP. I hear that. I remember one time I had somewhere between 8 to 10 different cryptos. And I narrowed it down to 5 to 7. Then I narrowed it up 5 to 7 down to 3. Because I wanted to increase the amount of holdings of my XRP. And so right now, I'm still, to be honest, I just cashed out a couple of options. I cashed them out. It was coming up on the expirations, cashed them out. And I'm just going to take those earnings and I'm going to put it into the digital asset space. I just got to think, how much more do I want to increase my position in VeChain? And how much of that do I want to put in a Tezos or Chainlink, Chainlink at $1 or something. I missed that $1 or something, Chainlink. I don't know if we're ever going to get that $1 or something with Chainlink again. I don't know if we're going to get it. Jackie33 says a lot of governments working with Ethereum and Tezos. That is correct. And Tezos is about 100 times cheaper than Ethereum right now. But that is exactly correct, Jackie33. Matt Baumensauer, what's going on, my dude? Yep, me too. Kept going back to XRP. Yep, that's exactly right. France is big on Tezos. Is that right, Leo G? Didn't know that. How about that? Yes, they did make, I believe they did, Brian, but don't quote me on that, but I believe they did make DAI multi-collateral. I believe they did. Dryce, what is going on, man? Hey, y'all, what's up, Siege? What's up, Dryce? How you doing, bro? Yeah, Spanish Fly says, I like that you can bake Tezos. Yep, absolutely. That's exactly right. Well, that answered the question for me, because I got to figure out what's going on. I think even if you just leave your Tezos, did you get your Tezos on Coinbase? And I mean, don't tell me that, but I know you can leave it on Coinbase and just earn it there. I don't know. Can you put it on Celsius? How many people are in any of these DeFi platforms at the moment? That's a great question. How many of you guys are participating in any of those platforms where you can earn money on your money right now? Nexo, Celsius. I think crypto.com you can as well. I heard Salt recently you now can. How many people in this stream out of the 80 people here have some of their crypto on one of those platforms right now? That's right. Baking on Coinbase and Ledger when mullet. That's exactly right. Yep. And Trust Wallet. Okay, I got the Trust Wallet. Yeah, I mean, the only Tezos I got is I did that little Coinbase earn. You guys familiar with that? That Coinbase earn, I did it and got some there, but I transferred over. See, Robert Westberg says not on any of those platforms. XRP Petricker. I just took out all my XRP from exchanges. Yep, Gary Windling said I bought Tezos on Coinbase and automatically started earning by itself. And how much is it? Is it 5% a year? Oh, Jackie33, I just started Celsius, put some EOS there, pays 5% a year. Yep, I did the same thing also, Jackie. So Jackie is on Celsius. Anybody else on any of those platforms? Nexo, Crypto.com, Celsius? Leo G said I did BitTrue, but not anymore. XRP Harlem, so it is a new book. Okay. Oh, that's a good one. I got to get that one. Jackie33 says, I'm keeping my XRP on my ledger. We're thinking the same way. I've not tested my XRP on any of those platforms. Bitcoin, EOS, and ETH on Celsius, a little bit of ETH, a little bit of Bitcoin, and EOS. Just I wanted to support that platform. Rashid B. Wealthy says, not I, but as the bags pile up, a portion, it would be a good strategy. Still too new to how it works, ins and outs. Yeah, and I think I like about the Celsius is just, you just put it on there, and you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to click this button and click that button and click that button to get your interest, which is like what Coinbase is doing. Coinbase pays 5.5% payout after 30 days on which digital asset there, Brian Benton? Which digital asset do they pay 5% in 30 days, my friend? Robert Westberg says, I'm starting to lean towards Michael Zischek's position. Why buy other stuff when I can buy XRP? Haha. Yeah, I hear you. And the only reason for me is the uncertainty of XRP, right? Because and you know what's funny too is because we're almost lulled into thinking that XRP is never going to moon, or if it does moon, it's going to moon slow because of the lack of any type of movement of major news, right? So that lack of movement of the lack of any kind of movement from major news, I think it is kind of like hammered us into submission, thinking it's going to take a long time. Other stuff could moon sooner. I mean, the only reason why I have a couple other digital assets is because I wonder if they will moon sooner than. It's like a hedge against that they will move sooner. And in addition to that, I really don't want to spend my XRP. So, Brian, that's interesting, man. Oh, so Tezos. What? So 5% after 30 days on Tezos, Brian Benton? You earn 5%. Because most of those percentages are annual, bro. Are you sure that's because Brian Benton, are you sure it's 5% after 30 days or it's just unlocked after 30 days? Are you sure about that? Let me see what's up with that. The thunder sound. What's up, Siege? What's up, man? Oh, I better get off here. Start paying. So it starts paying after 30 days. So it's unlocked, right? So it's locked for 30 days. But what I'm saying, though, is if you have 30 in there, are you going to have 5% of 30 after 30 days? 5.5%. It starts paying after 30 days. I'm still confused. So you lock it up, and after 30 days, but what is it going to pay you day 32? Yeah, because I thought it was an annual payout. So I think what they're saying, that they don't begin to pay you 5% annually until after 30 days. That's what it sounds like to me, Brian Ben. I'll let you know in 2 weeks I got 50. Yeah, so it feels like to me, Brian, is that they don't start paying you any interest until it's locked up for at least 30 days, but then they're going to pay you 5% annually on what you have. That's what I think. Don't know, bro. Don't know, though. I have not done it. Spanish Spy says, yeah, the earnings are annual at CryptoSeeds. When you bake in Trust Wallet, you can choose which pool you want to bake with, and it's higher than Coinbase. Oh, really? So Trust is higher than Coinbase. Okay. But it is still annual, yes? Okay. And I'm one of Celsius. What's Celsius do? And again, I put my tokens on Celsius, not my XRP, not my VeChain, but Celsius, because I like his philosophy, and I think he's really trying to do more for the community instead of for themselves. And 80% they pay back to the people who hold the assets on the platform. I think is tremendous. I know it's kind of limited to some states, but that's why I did Celsius. 30-day maturity period, says the Model King. Gotcha. Yeah. So it's a maturity period. Jackie33 says Celsius pays after 1 week. Yeah, so I was very, very curious to see how many people actually have theirs on their platform, right? And that was when I think was one of the big sounding boards from Alex Mashinsky, is that the vast majority of us are not putting our digital assets where we can earn money on the digital assets. Of course, a lot of that comes from the lending platform debacle, the lending platform, the BitConnects of the world, that got everybody scared, and everybody just wants to hold them on a ledger or hold them on a cold wallet. They don't want to put them on a platform because they're afraid something might be a Ponzi scheme or something like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's really good to hear about Tezos, because I have the Trust Wallet also. Jackie33, I've been on for a week, so I think we might have been on like at the same time, or I think we did. So you check that on your phone, Jackie33, on the app on your phone. If I got a Note freaking 9 and my battery is already going, and I just got it like 6 months ago, and the battery is challenging already. Can't keep a charge for anything. TJ Jackson's like, damn right, BitConnect got me for a couple hundred when I first got into space. Me too, bro. It was either 100 or 200, but yep. Jackie33 is like, yes. Paid out after a week. Gotcha. And that's really, really cool. I put my EOS and a little bit of ETH and a little bit of BTC on there. Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Jackie. Appreciate that. And again, it's just one of those things like, we can be so conditioned to not expecting to earn money on our money. And I think that Alex Mashinsky's message really, really resonated with me. And I just, in a lot of ways, I just kind of trust it. And I know that the Nexos of the world pay more in terms of that APR. But I like his model. And another thing that he said, I don't know this to be factual yet, but he's claiming that the other platforms, whether it be the Nexo or the crypto.coms of the world, all they're doing is taking crypto, but they're using the same traditional banking model And they're not paying back to the people who put on the platform necessarily. The vast majority of their earnings they're not paying back to people that use the platform. They may be keeping them for themselves or something like that. Brandon says, "Are rewards guaranteed?" Coinbase does not guarantee that you will receive staking rewards. Any specific reward or any staking return over time. Yeah. I don't trust Coinbase. It's simple, but I don't trust it. I would rather use Celsius because I trust that. Plus, they got that big time insurance from Lloyd's of London, I believe, as well. You have to wait until the market crash to put your digital assets on that. Leo G, thank you for your stream always. A pleasure to listen to your stream. Good night, XRP fam. Good night, bro. Jackie33 says, I researched Alex and Celsius for 2+ months before I put anything there. And it's not a huge amount. Exactly. Yeah. And I've been looking into them for a while. I would say almost close to a year. But I've always been hesitant to put something there because, again, I entered into the space in the lending platform space and got burned several times with those. Brian says it's not Coinbase. It's because the developers offer the rewards. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, the lending platforms. Yeah, and see, I don't know if they would consider this a lending platform or not, Spanish Fly. But I got you. I totally get it if you don't trust them yet, because I got burnt. But I was in what they call those high yield investment programs, HYIPs, and those were paying. Check this out. Those were paying 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5% and more a day. So Celsius, Crypto.com, anything that's paying out 5, 6, 7%, they're paying that out a year. Significantly more sustainable than when I was in those HYIPs. Yeah, USI Tech was the biggest disappointment ever. Biggest disappointment ever. All right, guys. Listen, I'm going to wrap this up. It's been cool hanging out with you guys. And again, I just wanted to let you guys know, just as an option, learn more about it. See if that's something that you might be interested in. Again, this is Wealth Wednesday, generational wealth strategies. Generational wealth strategies. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got and gained some more insight and some more knowledge. Again, look into a wealth advisor, ask some questions, see what, if anything, they know about cash value life insurance or whole life or universal life. See what they know. See if they're willing to take some time to talk with you, right? You want to vet them. We're talking about this is your wealth, right? They're not doing the interviewing, right? You're doing the interviewing, right? You got to remember that, right? Because you want to operate from a position of strength, right? And so vet some out. Definitely get your team together, your CPAs, your tax advisors, your tax attorneys, right? And your wealth advisors. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap this stream up like I do all my streams and remind you that old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play on the same platform, the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. That the battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.